Hello people, welcome back to my channel, and now I'm going to do a VR hashtag video. Let me just go back and see. Let me just see the hashtag of it. I just saw this today. This is my most trusted decks, okay? Tarot decks. They are to Nancy-TexasRose and to Simon the Hermit's Cave as well. So yeah, and I see that some picked 5 cards, set of cards, some picked 7. I'm going to pick more than that, you guys, because but I'm going to start with what I do give absolutely the most best things that I give absolutely most accurate readings with. Okay, this is my runes. So nothing in the world can remove this from the first place, because, oops, sorry, I'm bumping the phone, my camera. But nothing can have this place, because when I do readings with them, I will see they will go so deep depending on how the runes will fall. So this is absolutely number 1 for me. I can see if people have been molested, abused, sexually raped. This shows so much and works so much with me. This is my way of working, and I love this. And I know that even if this is not a deck, I have decks that is rune decks, but I don't like them, honestly, because I like to work what feels in my hands, and this is how I started off with my runes. So this is the first thing. If I would have maybe got a rune deck, maybe I would have worked with that. I don't have a clue. This is some of the runes that I myself have made out from different wood trees, and I love this, and I love to throw this in my rune wheel. So yeah, this is number 1 on my list. Okay, I just had to include this because nothing can change, or if people who knows me will know that Asha is, people say that I'm a master of runes. I don't believe so, because I believe that we learn every day. The next thing that I would, oops, I'm sorry, you guys, oops. The next thing that I would show is dominoes. And this is another way of reading. I'm going to try not to bump this, but to do readings with, it's beautiful, and it's so damn accurate. And this works with me, with my intuition, and also with numerology. But people get amazed how accurate the readings are, how spot on it is, and doing by dominoes, it's like, oh my god. So I just had to throw that in. The last thing extra I'm going to throw in, I have, of course, charms, but I'm not going to throw them in, even if I would like to, because it will be too much, and I have so many decks already to show. But I just have to show my ogams, and this is something that I would also not even think about, because when I work with them, they go so deep into the reading, into personality and everything, and you can use them together with the rune symbols or with the runes as well. works very, very well, and also gives accurate readings, complete accurate readings. So that's my second choice, completely without even thinking of the choice, if I should choose that or not. So yeah. So now the next choice that I would choose to do, because people who knows me know that I do Lenormands, and I give accurate readings with them without any problem. And this is the Reverie Lenormand by Mr. Ciro Marchetti, and I love his work. And he's beautiful work. And I have his newest Lenormand, but I don't know where I have put it, so I couldn't show it. And this is his Keeper, which I also use, and I mix them two together sometimes. And this works very, very nicely, very, very nicely. So I love those two. And this is absolutely accurate readings done by me if someone received a Lenormand reading. And sometimes I will do shadow work readings with Lenormands together with tarot. Okay, then the next thing that I would walk with to do readings and go deep is my ancestral culture bit, and this is something that goes deep, and I wouldn't even think which to choose. This would be it. Because for me, this talks so much. This is part of me. I am a mixture between cultures, so this is part of me. And this is something that I would use to do readings with without even thinking what card. Depends on how deep I want to go, but if I want to go very super deep into something, I would use this together with runes. And this talks, I mean, look at this. This talks so much depending on if you know, if you have the knowledge, then you don't need a better tool than this. But yeah, I would absolutely use this without even thinking twice. So this is my second choice. And you guys are going to go crazy because I have not picked 5 cards, set of cards. I have picked a little bit more, but I'm not going to show them all. And I'm going to try to work fast. So this is my second choice, okay? The next cards that I would absolutely use to do reading with is these. Let me just, because it's box within box. Well, I would use these to do readings with without even doubting myself in any way. And I know that because this talks deep and good and shamanic, etc. And I love these cards. Very nice. I know that some people don't like them. Well, everyone is different, and so it's good that we are different, because then we will have different point of views of our thoughts and so on. So this is one of my choices, and I love this to work with this. And as you guys see, I am very careful with my things. Am I a tarot collector? Yes, I am. I can call myself as that. But I have over 400 of decks, and I use all of my decks. So yeah. So Mother Peace Tarot. Okay, the next tarot that I would absolutely choose to work with, or actually oracle, okay, is this. And I know this is also something that gives accurate readings. I just love this to pieces. But that is if you're doing work shamanically, readings and so on. So this is another choice that I would use, and I just love this. So yeah. So this is accurate. I need to remove. The next set of cards that I would use is again something that is very great to work with. I love this deck to pieces, and it works very, very well in readings, to give a full, complete, accurate reading. And it's amazing to work with the energy, and it's amazing to work with the cards. They are WS inspired, the Rider Smith, or yeah, I think. Anyways, so this is my choice, and I don't regret. If I would take some cards with me, if there would be a fire or something, this would be one of them, of course. So yeah. Okay, so that's that. Now the next card that I would use to do accurate readings with is this one. And you guys, honestly, I don't remember the let's see. But this is the deck. Oh, I have the wrong card in there. This is a deck that is also precise to do reading. This is WS inspired, but this is so real when you use this. Very, very nice to work with. And before I got them, I was like, should I not? But I love them. I love the energy of them. I don't like the cardstock because it's super thin. That's the only downfall of this. But otherwise, I love these cards to pieces. So as you see, they are inspired by the WS. And as you see, I read cards reversal. That's why they are as they are. Let's see. Here is the Fool. I mean, look how beautiful and real it is. I just love the, the energy of it. It's I have other WS cards, but this is something that is a little bit extra. So look at this, beautiful. It's just gorgeous. So yeah, so this is a set of cards that I would absolutely use to work with. This is the Sun. This is my least favorite, honestly. But look at the High Priestess. I mean, Isn't she beautiful? It's like, yeah. So I'm not going to go through all the deck. Now you have seen some of them. Here is the Strength card. No, sorry, it's not. It's Queen of Pentacles. Here's Death. I'm searching. Look at the Empress. The other one was the High Priestess. No, that's the Empress. I hope I told the High Priestess and not the Empress, because sometimes I will think of a card and sometimes I will say it in a wrong way. Let's turn them. The Devil. I mean, this is a, you know, deck. This is the Magician. The Lovers. I just love this. Justice. Strength. Look at the Hermit. I mean, look at the Hermit. It's like beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. I'm not sure if this one has... yeah, this has extra cards. So here is the extra cards. The extra full Lovers. And here is the second Hermit. And both are actually beautiful to work with. Here is the extra Devil card, extra Star card, you know, Judgment, World card. So you have some extras here. Here is the Lovers. So the ones that I chose is to work with. And now comes, the extra that comes in here is the astrological cards. I haven't honestly used them. I just use the tarot. But I love this tarot, and this is something that works very super well. And people love when I use this deck, both in person when people comes to my home, or if they will invite me to do spiritual work. So yeah. Or to help them out spiritually, maybe I should say, because that's more correct. So that's another deck, and you guys think that I'm crazy. The next deck that I would use is, I don't remember the name of this now. This is a very nice deck to use for spirituality. So no, this is an self-made deck for relationship and love. This is amazing as well. I'm not going to show all the deck, some of it. This is also W inspired. Oops. But it's nice. I mean, look at the moon. It's just nice. So, this is also a deck that people have picked cards that I'm comfortable with, but also what people likes me to use, like me to use, I should say. This is an oldie. I don't know if it's 20 or more years. This is the Witch's Tarot. Accurate readings. Beautiful deck to work with. I just love this deck. One of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites. I mean, look at the Queen of Swords. Yeah. So this is something that have been with me for ages. And I love this deck. And when I pick it up and do readings with, people love this. And I love it too. So I mean, look at this. This is one of my favorite cards, Temperance. One of my favorite Temperance out of all. Look at the Hermit, very nice. So yeah, this is the deck that I would choose to work with, to give accurate reading with. And people love when I do that. But I think that, you know, if you have chosen a deck to work with, if you know the system, then you will know how to use the deck. And so this is an oldie. You guys can see that, right? It shows. I have another. Let's see if I can find it. It's they have the same age, I think. They are the same, actually. I don't know why I had to just pick it up. Crazy me. Crazy Asha. But I like to be... this is the same deck, and it's also very old. And I use this for readings, and here is the same deck. And I love this deck. When I do readings, people get like, oh my God. So yeah, this is the deck that I love to work with and do readings with. And this is the Connolly Tarot. Yeah. But the box isn't, I think, original to this deck, because this deck doesn't want to fit here. I don't know if I have the box left or not somewhere. But this, I use this anyways, even if it's, you know, not the correct box. But that's a deck that I would absolutely choose to do a reading with if I, without even thinking, blinking, so on. The next deck I'm going to show you is, oops, and is this. Oh, and this is Oracle. Oh, so where did I put my tarot deck? I did pick the wrong deck. I'm not going to show this, you guys. This is wrong. Let me just. I have an Oracle. Sorry, a tarot deck. The next deck that I would choose absolutely is the Shimmering Tarot to do a precise reading with. And you guys have seen this deck. Everyone has it. Everyone talks about it. Yeah. And this is, you know, also accurate readings, deeper readings, a little bit more on a deeper level, spiritual level, shamanic level maybe. I mean, look at this. Oh, where did it go? Look at this. This is beautiful. Justice. So this is, here comes the, oh, my head is standing still now. the Fool, the beginner of all. The deck. Look at this. So this is something that goes deep and so on. This is the last, card in the major arcana, the Golden Fool. Love to work with this deck. Look at the High Priestess. I mean, my God. And wow, look at this. So yeah, this is a deck that I would absolutely choose to do readings with without even thinking, should I not? Yeah. And look at the Queen of Swords, shamanically beautiful. So I'm not done yet. I have a couple of more decks. I know you're thinking like, oh my God, my ears is going to fall off. Asha, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm sorry. I am like Kelly in the truthing story. I have seen that we are a little bit similar with some of the things, not everything, of course, and it's good. The another deck that I would choose is the Yggdrasil, and this is I don't know if I should show this or not, but this is a little bit based on the Nordic mythology. Also gives accurate readings. Very fun deck to use. And especially when you know me, I know the runes and the meanings of them and all. So if I would choose a deck to do rune reading with, that would be this one. So yeah. Okay, now the next deck that I'm going to show you that I absolutely love to do readings with as well. And this has a tag box that have broken, of course, but this is the Cult of Wisdom Tarot. And the cards, you guys, is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful to use and do readings with. I think that this is, if I'm not wrong, this is from, I'm not sure if this is from Russia. Or if I'm mixing this. Yeah, I think that this is from Russia, but this is a deck that is very beautiful to work with, and goes deep. I don't know if this has to do with the Russian mythology. I think so. Mythology. I absolutely believe so. And I think that Mascha would love this deck if she doesn't have it already. So, I mean, you can just look at this. Look how beautiful it is. This is the High Priestess in here. Look at the moon card here. So yeah, this is a little bit. Oh, this is beautiful. This is the Hierophant. So yeah, this deck is very nice to work with and gives accurate readings, and I love this deck to pieces. I just don't love the box to it, and as you guys see, my box did break. When I tried to open it, it wasn't easy. It was very difficult. I had trouble. But this is a beautiful deck to work with. The next deck that I would choose to work with comes from the same, and I have, as you guys see, same problem with this tag box. I hate tag boxes. I should have made a pouch, or I can make a pouch. But this is a set of cards. Oh, I haven't even opened. So this is a set of decks that I have another one that is open, but it's okay, I can open it. I don't want to go and search for the opened. So let's save some time because I'm showing a couple of decks and I have a couple of more to go. So this is the back of the cards. And this is the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength. The Hermit is absolutely, I think that Simon in the Hermit's Cave would love this Hermit card. Wheel of Fortune, Justice. Very, very beautiful cards, as you guys can see. And let's go into some minors. But this is another deck that I would choose to work with without even doubting. So, oops, sorry for bumping the camera. So yeah, I don't remember the Revival Tarot, I think it was, or yeah, was it? I am unsure. I will show the box, you guys. I think that this is the Revival Tarot, but I'm a little bit, I haven't marked the name of the cards. I should have done that, but this is how it looks. I think that this is the Revival Tarot. Okay, let's move up. The next card that I love to work with, and this is the Margaret Pearson's Tarot. It's absolutely amazing. This work is splendid. So oops, sorry. This is a deck that goes deep into a reading when you sit with it, when you sit with the client in a very calm way and just use it to do readings with. It's a nice deck to use. So yeah, I'm trying not to make this video long because it's already 30 minutes or something. So I'm just going to try to speed it up a little bit. So that's that. The next tarot that I would use is Sacerobito. Very easy to read with. Everyone has it. Some have this as their favorites. Hangman, the moon. So yeah, this is another set of cards that I would use to do readings with. Absolutely very nice to work with. Nice energy and all. So yeah. As you guys see, I'm trying to fly a little bit. The next deck that I will include, you guys are going to say, how many decks, Asha, more? Yeah, a couple. This is a beautiful deck to work with. It's like magic. I mean, look at this. And I have the black lily as well. And I love this set of cards to pieces. Very nice. I think that they come from France. The one that when I was buying the cards, I have to say that I don't remember that I don't remember what it was, but I had a question or something, and I think that the person did reply to me in a very unkind way, I have to say. So I didn't have a good impression of her. You know, the maker of the cards, honestly. But I love her artwork, even if I don't have to love her. So yeah, very nice set of cards to work with. So this is the lily white, and I have the black edition as well, which is very nice. So now let's see. The next set of cards that I would use to do accurate reading with, everyone knows this one, so I am not going to show a lot, just some. That's the Marielle. I have the second edition. I don't love it. I hate it, actually. I hate how it shuffles and it sticks. This doesn't stick anywhere, and it works. The energy is very nice, very good. I love this, and would do very good to do accurate readings with without even thinking. And this card freaked me out, I have to say, because I had a dream of the magician before I received this deck. I saw the magician in my dream, and when I received this deck, it fell out. I was shuffling the deck and it fell out 3 times. So it was like, oh my God, okay, this deck is talking. So yeah, I love this deck to pieces. This is my collection. The next deck that I would use, I know you're getting tired. How much is she going to say that? But this is the shaman. This is the shamanic tarot. Very nice. the person that have made this deck is very, very super kind. I love when people are kind, and Silla Conway is another person who is very super kind. I love that she takes the time to connect and help out. She have sent me the books on PDF file so that I can listen to the books as everyone else, because I have difficult to read as I am almost blind. I just see shapes and things. This one, this lady is also great. I don't remember now her name, but I had a card missing in my deck, and she did see it, and I did contact her, and she just sent me, you know, the card that was missing, and I'm so thankful for that, because my heart did sink when I was making the video, and like, oh, a card is missing. Like, oh my God, okay. So yeah, so I would use this to do accurate reading with, absolutely, without even doubting myself. Very nice deck to work with. Okay. I don't like the box. Well, I like the box, but I wish that she made the magnet all the way down, because it's better. And that's why I keep this thing, so that if the cards will fall, they will not break for me. Oh geez. Don't get mad at me. The next card is the Crow Tarot that I would use to do an absolute great reading with. I love this deck. Very beautiful, very accurate to work with. If you just want to work with the birds, with the cross. So that's another deck that I would use to do. That is absolutely dependable on doing readings with. Oh my. So, as you guys can see, I have a bunch. So, this is another deck that I would use to do readings with. I wonder if I should open and show some of the cards, but yeah, let's just do that. This is a very nice deck to work with. Oops. And do readings with. I'm having this to do readings with. And this is also accurate, very nice. Well, when you're like me, have so much of decks, and you use, I mean, I use all my tools, then it's a little bit difficult. It gets difficult to make a choice, honestly. But the first thing, as I said, that I would use is runes. I would use ogams. I would use crystal readings. I would use geomancy as well. I forgot to mention that. But yes, I would. And I would also ogams, charm reading, domino. This is the Lonely Dreaming. The Lonely Dreamers Tarot. It's another deck that is beautiful to work with. Gives also accurate readings. Very nice. I would absolutely recommend this deck for people who likes to go, I mean, look at this, likes to go a little bit deeper into reading. So this is one of the decks to choose. As you guys see, I don't go through all of them because it's like it would be crazy. this one everyone have seen. And everyone, I guess, is having this one. I don't remember the name of this. Very nice deck to use for reading. This is like inspired, a little bit of, I think, thought and a little bit of WS. Yeah, it's a nice deck to work with. I wonder if it's the Hidden Realms or something like that. I think so. Or am I remembered that I haven't marked this one, so I don't remember the name of this, you guys. So you guys can see the name for yourselves. But this is the deck that I would use to do readings with. Next one is, of course, Animal Mundi. And beautiful deck to work with. Without even a doubt. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. As you guys can see, I mean, look at the moon. Beautiful. So yeah. The Braided Tarot, I'm not going to show it, is another that I would absolutely work with. And where did I put it? Oh, here it is. My most favorite set of cards that I would use to do readings with. Let me remove the little. Oops, this is old, you guys. Is this one. I love to work with this. This is a Marcel inspired deck. Or actually, this is a Marcel. Terre de Marseille or Marcel. And I love this deck to pieces. It's absolutely one of my favorites. Love to work with it. Very nice, very deep. And I wouldn't even think twice if I should use this for a reading or not. I would absolutely use this to give an accurate reading. And wow, this is a baby. That's a treasure. This is my treasure. The last deck that I'm going to show. I just need to. Okay, this is another deck that I just can't leave out. It's an amazing deck to work with. And don't get mad at me that I'm doing like this. But I just love this. This is so absolutely beautiful to work with. Look at this. This is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is another deck that gives absolutely favorite and accurate readings. And I just love this deck to pieces. So yeah. So I have shown, I'm not going to show all the cards because I've shown so many decks, and I'm getting scared that people are going to say Asha is a nut. And maybe I am, I don't know. But I like to use all my tools, and I have so many. I mean, I have over 400 decks. I don't know if it's more than that even. And the last, you guys, the last, I received this the other day. Well, not the other day, but I received it not so long ago. And don't like the box, and that there is a struggle to get the cards out, but look at the cards. Beautiful to work with. Absolutely amazing. Look at the moon. I mean, this is absolutely stunning. So, yeah. So that's, no, here is the moon. So this is one of my favorite decks, and also gives, you know, accurate readings. So I have showed 1,000 of the decks, and I hope that you guys did enjoy. Even if the video is long, I'm sorry to make it so long. But that's me. I guess I'm always going to be like this, but I'm going to try to straighten up, if I should say like that, and stick to maybe whatever you know you need to stick to. But no one said that how many decks you can show or not. So I have chosen some of my favorites. I have so many, but this is some of them. So you guys, I hope that you did enjoy this with me, and I hope that you are enjoying your day, night, time, wherever you might be, and many blessings to you wherever you are. Join me on Facebook or Instagram. You can see my full collection on Instagram. You can see my full collection here. And I have added cards, even if I have made, I think, 2 or 3 videos of full collections. I have added since then, so it's like, yeah. So blessings, you guys, and I'll see you next time.